I'm Bill Mays with a Stepping Stone Bible devotional thought brought to you on behalf of the Krum Church of Christ. Now, today's Stepping Stone on this Wednesday, May the 31st of the year 2023 is entitled Going Barefoot. And we begin our time of this study by first looking at Exodus 3, verses 1 through 6. And here we read, "Now Moses was pasturing the flock of his father-in-law Jethro, the priest of Midian. And he led the flock to the west side of the wilderness and came to Horeb, the mountain of God. Then the angel of the Lord appeared to him in a blazing fire from the midst of a bush. And he looked, and behold, the bush was burning with fire, yet the bush was not being consumed. So Moses said, I must turn aside and see this marvelous sight, why the bush is not burning up. When the Lord saw that he turned aside to look, God called to him from the midst of the bush and said, Moses, Moses. And he said, Here I am. Then he said, Do not come near here. Remove your sandals from your feet, for the place on which you are standing is holy ground. And he said, I am the God of your father, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. Then Moses hid his face, for he was afraid to look at God. Now the ground was made holy by God's presence. In ancient times, worshiping barefoot in the presence of God was an act of showing reverence, humility, and respect for the divine. Even though today we do not usually worship in bare feet, here is a lesson for us. We owe God due reverence and praise. We should not come before God's presence with an improper attitude. It would be insulting and improper to approach God in a rude, careless way. We should feel a certain amount of awe and amazement by God's presence and worship with great humility. You see, God is worthy of all true worship. And we find here in Revelation 4:11 these words, Worthy are you, our Lord and our God, to receive glory and honor and power, for you created all things. Because of your will they existed and were created. Unrighteous people have no excuse. We find in Romans 1 verses 20 through 22, for since the creation of the world, his invisible attributes, that is, his eternal power and divine nature, have been clearly perceived, being understood by what has been made, so that they are without excuse. For even though they knew God, they did not honor him as God or give thanks, but they became futile in their reasonings, and their senseless hearts were darkened. Claiming to be wise, they became fools. Unrighteous people who choose not to honor God have no excuse. Unrighteous people who choose not to honor God are fools, as we find in this text. Let us daily give our God the respect, praise, and honor that he deserves. Now, if the Krum Church of Christ can be of any help to you spiritually, please go to this website, find their email address, and let them know what they can do to help you draw closer to Jesus Christ and his Word. I also want to invite you to the services of the Krum Church of Christ that meets weekly at 319 North 3rd Street in Krum for Sunday Bible study at 9:30 a.m., Sunday worship at 10:30 a.m., and Wednesday Bible study, such as this evening, at 6:45 p.m. God bless, be well, and I hope you will choose again next week to join us for another Stepping Stone Bible devotional study.